Hello, hello. How's it going out there? Gonna be viewing the moon for a while until the clouds come in. What's up, Ben? How's it going, buddy? How's your night? It's getting close to a full moon. Yeah, it's really getting there. It is getting really close to a full moon. And what up, Space Ace? How's it going, brother? Had a few different things I gotta do here quickly while we're live, but there's gonna be a moment I need to run down the gas station and grab a drink. We will have clouds come through at some point tonight, including rain here in Kansas City area. That's one thing that we'll be watching out for as we're checking out the moon. We've got a really cool wide field view though. So as some of the clouds come through, as long as it's not raining, we'll check out the moon with some of the clouds coming through, which usually gives a really cool view and kind of that spooky view, which is awesome because we are in the spooky season. That makes it a lot of fun. Let me pull all chat there we go. How was your day? You guys have a really good day? Lori, you got clouds? No. Got some it's lightly raining there. Clear skies. Absolutely chilly. Billy, what's up, brother? How's your night? Great day, that's awesome. End of the weekend though. The weekend has ended finally. We're getting there. Kind of a bummer. This is a good weekend. Definitely a good weekend. Cosmic Refuge, how you doing? Welcome in. Glad to have you. Again, this is a live view of the moon from here near Kansas City, Missouri. Bradley, what's up, brother? What's up, man? How's your night? Neptune, welcome in. Neptune is not far from the moon tonight. It's actually really close. Chance, what's up, brother? What you doing, man? Were you on the farm? Fishing on the farm? Playing with the steering wheel? If I get everything set up properly here. I'm going to have to run here in just a bit, though. I need to go grab a drink, but at some point we're going to have clouds come through, Chance. So I'm watching the all-sky camera. We've got some clouds coming through, and then we're going to have some rain coming through. It's our best chance to look at the moon for the month. Probably use your computer to watch. Oh, nice, Brad. That's awesome. Yo, big old Worth, what's up? How you doing? You gave me tank in the house as well. What's up, buddy? Montreal City as well. Oh, no. Get 12 pack on us, Space Ace. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Maybe I shouldn't get a 12 pack yet, huh? Focus on the live stream first. My coincidence, just got done looking at the supermoon. Dom, that's awesome, buddy. It was this late. I had to go to the kitchen, grab a bite, and come right back. Yeah, 8:43 p.m. already here in Kansas City. It is bigger in person, yeah. It is a bright moon right now. Next month's only going to be brighter and larger looking to us. It's only going to be brighter and larger looking. It's going to be an amazing view next month for sure. Yep, supermoon's coming up tomorrow. It looks full at this period though. As you can see here, we're getting to the point where around 99%. It's getting close, 98. We might be closer to like 98 right now, but it's getting really close. Really, really close. The dark spots, that is going to be solidified lava. That's bosonic lava or bosonic rock if you want to call it that. But that's areas where impacts occurred and it kind of peeled open the crust just enough that the lava flowed outwards and filled up these large regions. Harvest moon tomorrow. Doing every night this week. Great work. The moon is bright here also. What's up, John? How's it going, buddy? Glad to have you. Chef, what? What is that? Oh my goodness. Mooncat's in here as well tonight. How are you doing? No werewolves will roam the streets during the supermoon. Yeah, right. Green's from Belgium? No way. Welcome in. We're in Kansas City, Missouri, here in the central part of the United States. Beautiful area of the United States for sure. This is what our moon looks like live as we're capturing it. It's about 1.26 seconds behind. So when we look at the moon, we're looking at light that was reflected off the moon and came to Earth about 1.26 seconds. We're coming up on the supermoon. We are. View Neptune tonight? We might try. We might try. It's going to be a little tiny dot in this view. We have a really wide field of view tonight, just because we'll have clouds come through. So there's not going to be a lot of zooming in, checking out impact craters, which obviously when you get near a full moon, it's hard to see shadow. Shadows are what make the impacts look really well defined. Yeah, it's super close to New York City. Yeah, it's looking stunning. It's just about there. Hi, Mo. How are you doing? How's your night? How is your night? Some people like to set out stuff like water, for example, when we come up on a full moon. Some people like to set out crystals and stuff. It's not my thing, obviously, but it's an interesting concept. Definitely an interesting idea. Lindsay, welcome in. What's up, man? Gaming Tank. Why does the moon rotate? Because everything in the universe rotates. There's nothing that we haven't observed yet that doesn't rotate. Everything does rotate. The crystals out for the good energy. Nice. Absolutely awesome. But the moon itself does rotate. It rotates on its axis as it orbits around Earth, and it takes about 27.3 days to do so. For the food, it sounds good, Lori. Sounds good. Been electric for hours now. Oh no way. Full moon actually is tomorrow night. It appears full to us, so it appears full for pretty much the day before and through the day after. There's quite the extensive period where it appears full for us. The full moon actually occurs tomorrow night about 10:48 p.m. Central Time. That'd be the moment when it's actually full. See the backside of the moon, if it rotates, because it's tidally locked to us. It's synchronization rotation. It orbits, or it rotates on its axis the exact same time that it takes to orbit around Earth. So we always see the near side. We see about 59% because of a process called libration. I'm doing good, Mo. I'm doing great. Hi, Gloria. How's everything going? I'm good. How are you? That's why you're so sleepy. I got you. You think there's a Walmart? Dude, there's definitely a Dollar General store up there somewhere, huh? Dude, my son's room in all outer space and moon theme. That is crazy awesome. That is super amazing. How big will the moon be on the 7th? So it's going to look a little bit bigger. It's not obviously not bigger, but it's going to appear bigger to us because it'll be in the perigee position of its as it's orbiting around Earth through its elliptical orbit. So it gets a little bit closer, a little bit further away from us. So sometimes it appears really bright and sometimes it appears a little bit larger, and that's what we'll see tomorrow. And then as we move into next month, we'll have the closest perigee moon to us, or what we call perigee Syzygy. There is. Oh yeah, absolutely. Full moons always make you happy, make you sleepy. Oh really? That's crazy cool. When's the harvest moon tomorrow? We're roughly about 26 hours roughly from it. So late drifting from Earth, does it mean that it'll become a planet? Nope. The end of the sun life will come before the moon could actually exit our orbit. It leaves us at about 1.437 inches per year roughly. Dollar General, yeah. Lunatics out tomorrow, probably. Where are the dark patches? That's going to be solidified lava, bosonic lava on the moon. Full moon people are going to be crazy. Some people get that way. Some people like to take the moon and use it as an excuse to be wild, for sure. All right, let me pull us up over here real quick too. Get the other chat side open. Be able to read the chat a little better. There we go. A gorgeous moon tonight, though. And again, this is a live view of the moon from here near Kansas City, Missouri. Where's the comet? Which comet? There's a lot of comets out right now. Moon would drift into the sun because the sun's gravity is stronger. Eventually, it would. If let's say the sun wasn't going to come to the end of its life, eventually it would be pulled towards the sun. Lunatics, yeah, that's where the word lunatics comes from. Do we have pictures of the far side of the moon? What does it look like? Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of photos of the far side of the moon. First ones were back in the 1950s by USSR on the Luna 3 mission. But you can definitely check out different things. There's the also really amazing photos from the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, the LRO, but it's highly impacted. There's a ton of impacts on the far side of the moon. Does a perigee move? It does not. It's an elliptical orbit around us. It's fairly stable. Is there water on the moon? We find nice water, and we also find some water in the silica. People don't like me, I'm innocent. What do you mean, Gloria? What happened? The moon's not hollow. It has an iron core, a small iron core. I think Sheila, I appreciate that. Make sure I got the rest of the comments up here. The moon, Woodruff, I got that one as well. Looks like I got most of the questions that came through. Is there really a city on the moon? There is not. We have not observed anything like that. It's so beautiful. It is amazing. Our moon is super bright tonight. If you haven't got to go out and take a look at it yet, it is super, super bright. It's a type of the material that we find inside the crust of the moon. Some of the so we see mostly in the silica glass is where we see the a lot of the moisture, and that was picked up by some of the Chinese robotic team, and it's just a lot of the glass. Obviously, if you think about here, if the lightning strikes sand and turns into a glass, same thing here. Asteroids hit some of the moon here and throws out some of the rock material that we have on the moon, and it turns into like a silica glass. You're from Kansas? Oh, actually, to be accurate, nice. Not too far from us. How far is the moon from Earth? It's much closer right now. Let me get the distance currently, but on average, it's about 238,900 miles away. But tonight, let's get the moon distance. Let's get the moon to or distance to the moon. Right now, we're 226.8 thousand miles away. So we're down to 1.22 seconds how long it takes light to travel from the moon to here on Earth. I think the far side of the moon is less impacted. No, it's a lot more impacted. A lot more impacts on the far side. Though we don't see much of the Mariahs on the back side. The Mariahs are the dark areas that we see here. There's only very few areas of Mariah on the far side. Military stuff on the moon they're not telling us about. I mean, I doubt it. Highly doubt it. We take high photographs of the moon with Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. Can't believe how far objects in space are. I know. It's really mind-blowing to think how far away stuff are. We could fit all the planets in between the Earth and the moon. Not currently, though, not in the perigee phase, but in the apogee phase, the most distant space, we'd be able to get all the planets in between. I appreciate it, Muscle. Appreciate having you here, brother. In remnants of the, yeah, absolutely. Has always had an effect on you. You're a lunatic? Nice. Making a moon shadow right now. What kind of telescope? Right now we are using the SV550. It's a 122 millimeter telescope we're using tonight. We've bounced through 3 different telescopes in the last couple of days, so it's been a lot of fun. The Astronaut's Footprints high-powered telescopes. We can see it with India, Japan, Russia, and China all took photographs of those areas. India really captured it really well, though. The lunacy of lunatics. That's funny. You're excited for the moon now. That's awesome. The moon is absolutely awesome. You're European. Live in Europe. I got you. Amigo Moon is bright. Yes. Mucho, mucho bright. It is super bright out there. Absolutely. Can you see where we landed on the moon with the telescope? We can see the locations, not the objects, though. The objects are really small. Just stepped outside to look at the moon. It's massive tonight. It really is. It's a beautiful, massive looking moon tonight. This reminds me of when I used to take my kids to the planetarium when he was growing up. That is crazy awesome. Good evening, back from the Ohio State. What up, Artivore? How's it going, brother? How was your night? Do moons of other planets only show one side of their face? So some do, some don't. Some moons are tidally locked, some moons ain't. Just now saw your shorts, the iPhone 17 Pro Max video with moon love from India. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, buddy. Looking forward to the Artemis missions. Yep, absolutely. All right, y'all. I got to run down and grab a drink real quick from the gas station. Otherwise, I'm not going to make it. They'll close on me. But I shall be back, and I'll let y'all enjoy the beautiful moon from here in Kansas City for just a minute. It takes me, it'll probably be like 5-10 minutes. It don't take too long to get there. I'll pull down the view a little better as well. But I'll see you here shortly. Enjoy the moon. All right, we're back. Jenny, what's up, Jenny? Lost in PA as well. Mo, Sabelle, how y'all? Chance is back also. Everybody's gonna think Chance and I went and did something. What up? How's it going? How are you doing? The far side of the moon has a lot more impact craters than the near side. It is heavily pelted on the far side. Got Northern California in the house. Welcome in. How are you doing? Nick, good evening. Hi, Pamela. How are you? Gamanzo, how's it going? How's your night? Oh, you're away. Oh, no way. John, you keep them all in check? Groot, it better not be there. He's going to steal our moon. Hi, Jen. How's it going? Sunny Arizona. Welcome in. Chilling as always. Nice. We're going to have clouds coming through here real quickly, too. Looks like the clouds are going to try to push through. I'm pretty sure I've seen lightning off in the distance. North Cali neighbor. Oh, nice. Silly moon jokes. I got you. Absolutely. Why do we never see the other side of the moon? It is tightly locked to us. Gravitational forces. This is from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm located near Kansas City, Missouri. Got San Antonio, Texas in the house. Welcome in, Christian. Glad to have you. Watch just about every night. Ah, no way. Glad to have you, Guppy. Definitely glad to have you. Bryce, good evening to you. Think about the thing approaching Earth. Nothing's approaching Earth. We don't have anything approaching Earth. Has a moon hollow? It is not. It has an iron core, a small iron core. Hi, yo. I know. I never get this name right, but Yvette. That's it, right? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And the flag's blowing in the breeze. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. It had a metal rod on top, and it still had to settle. That's where the aliens live, on the dark side. There's no dark side of the moon. Did something hit Jupiter today? Not that I know of. Are there stars different in the southwest from the northeast? Stars get a little different based on your hemisphere that you're in. What do you think about the hollow moon theory? It's not scientific theory at all, and we know that it actually has an iron core. Outlist 3i, latest news, nothing really major updated yet. Second name from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What's up, Greg? How you doing, buddy? How's your night? Pink Floyd Disagree, I know. It's a song. Dark Side of the Moon is a song. While you were gone, I went outside and looked at the moon. It's beautiful. That is crazy awesome. The moon is gorgeous. Got clear skies in Ohio. That's amazing, brother. Absolutely amazing. And Jur in the house as well. What's up, brother? I see you as well. We do got some clouds coming through. They're going to be wispy clouds in the beginning, so we'll still get to see the moon. We'll probably zoom out just a bit. We're using a wide field of view, so we'll be able to capture stuff like if the clouds were to come through and make it look really awesome. That cool October view of a moon, the full moon with some of the clouds. That spooky moon, per se. Have you ever seen a UFO? I have not. I have not. Zoom in as much as you can. This is a wide field of view telescope that we're using tonight. We don't have the big boy up tonight, just because the rain's coming through. There's arguments about how it's near perfect orbit in the side of every rock. It's not near perfect orbit, but almost everything in our solar system, things are settled down when it comes to orbit. It's not a perfect orbit by any means. It's an elliptical orbit, so it gets a little bit further away, smaller looking, not as bright, and then it gets closer like what we're seeing now, a supermoon, which makes it look larger and brighter, obviously. What's going on with Atlas anyways? Just a comet going behind. The next trip is going to be behind the sun, away from our view, so we won't be able to see it until it comes out, comes back out, goes out towards Jupiter. Get that UFO question a lot. I do, honestly do. I think when I think that it's intriguing, right? It's definitely intriguing. Someone that looks at the sky a lot. Do you ever see anything that's like an alien type phenomenon? And I personally haven't. Got Denver in the house as well. Welcome in. How you doing? Can we see other planets? Saturn and Neptune are not too far away, but mostly going to be focusing on the moon tonight. October sky for the first time, looking up and dreaming about what's out there. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we don't see the moon's rotation at least a little bit because it's synchronization to us. It's a synchronization rotation, but we see a wobble. You see about 59% of the moon because of this process called libration. So if you take a photo every day at about the same time you're seeing the moon, you'll notice that you see different parts of the moon. It appears to wobble. Is it your eyes, or are you seeing bright spots of lines dividing this into sectors? So that's going to be the ejecta rays that you're seeing. That's debris blown out during impact. Does India have a better view of the full moon? Not really. We all see the full moon pretty much the same way. You see it upside down if you're in the southern hemisphere compared to what we see here in the northern hemisphere. But the synchronization is that perfect? In a huge sense, yeah. I mean, the synchronization is really a perfect way of being able to view the moon on the near side. Like, we get to see something really cool. Imagine if it was rotating. It'd be interesting to get to see something rotating, but just definitely not AI, man. I am against AI. I am 100% against AI. Just saw something moving when I zoomed in. Oh, no way. Took screenshots of the nebulas that you looked at last night. I was trying to show it to my friend to get him interested. Oh, no way. Did it work? I hope it worked for you for sure. Nebula are a lot of fun. Nebula are really beautiful, really gorgeous to get to see. Here's what the all sky looks like currently above the observatory. Let me show you what it looks like right above the observatory here. And this is the current view, and you can see the clouds way off over there on their way. This is going to be, the clouds are going to be off to the north side of the observatory. How's the North Pole say the moon? It's the same as I do here on the northern hemisphere. What do you mean there's no dark side of the moon? It's all like, yep. The moon itself, at all times, 50% of the moon's illuminated. So even the far side, which we call the far side of the moon, also gets sunlight. When we have a new moon, the opposite side's illuminated. Right now, the side near us, or near side, is what's illuminated. Moon completely tidal locked, or does it turn very, very slow? It's completely tidal locked to us. Well, there's a bulge on the moon that actually faces us, and that's what we're pulling on. We're pulling it so hard that we actually create this bulge on the moon, the same that it does to us here on Earth. It obviously pulls out our oceans, gives us tides, but there's a lot of studies now that suggest that maybe even the land comes up maybe 3 feet or so that we're standing on as the moon comes around your position on the Earth. Why is the moon wobble? Process called libration. It's basically its elliptical orbit. We see it getting a little bit further out there, coming inwards, and then you start to, it appears to be like a wobble per se. There's a little bit of wobble when we talk about our planet and the moon itself too. Place Apollo mission landing on another night. We definitely will. Even though we see the far side of the moon, it gets illuminated at some point. Yep. Even though we never see the far side of the moon, it does get illuminated. That's great. Why can't we see the dark side of the moon? Because there's no dark side of the moon. There's a far side of the moon, but it is totally locked to us. Where's 3i nowadays? It's past the area where Mars would be in the sky, and it's on its way to getting behind the sun. Anyways, we're looking at the moon. There we go. I was doing a lot of work outside today. Wonder if it's the moon. I'm tired. Maybe. I just make sure I get the rest of it if we were to mess up the moon all day. Not really. We don't really know. We don't know what would happen as far as like mankind if we didn't have the moon. We know a lot of things that would occur, like, for example, massive waves in the ocean. We wouldn't have the oceans in check, of course. We would have a lot more wobble. Our seasons would change a little bit. But we don't know what would happen to mankind, though. Out looking out, down there, to the right. You could be looking, like, really close to the moon right now, Saturn. You could be seeing Saturn out there. It's a gravitational effect from the moon itself is what helps with the tides. Trying to see the stuff left over from the Apollo missions would be like trying to see a bug on a headlight. Yeah, from a mile away. That's probably true. That's really close when you talk about angular resolution. Make sure I get the rest of them. You went to Barbados after you turned 18. Such a beautiful place to be able to see the moon over the waters there. Oh, I'm sure that was stunning. Hey, what up, Frosty? Welcome back, buddy. Don't know how you keep up the chat like this. Oh, absolutely. I try to, though. I definitely try to answer as much as possible. Sometimes some of the things get really repetitive, and sometimes I wonder, like, how did people not learn it in the education system as well? Like tidally locked, for example. Was there a virus on the moon? Nothing that we know of. Is it a full moon over Ontario? It looks full. We're really close to a full moon. Tomorrow is technically the full moon. Tomorrow night. It'll look full tonight. It'll look full tomorrow night. It's going to look full the next night as well. Eric, I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Honestly, thank you so much for that. Look over at the clouds here on the other screen. See how the clouds are doing. They're pushing in. They're trying to come through. Hi, Jacqueline. How's it going? How you doing? iPhone 17 Pro video really takes good photos of the full moon. That's awesome. Get a glass of water from the Kepler. Hope it's safe. Oh, nice. Let's get the rest of it here. Thank you for joining the chat. See you later. I appreciate you, Gloria. Thank you so much. Absolutely appreciate it. Ellie gets the same pictures with her Samsung. That's amazing. What kind of cheese is it made of? Okay. Wait, does the North Pole ever become nighttime? It does. I saw it in Venus earlier. Oh, no way. That's super cool. AI is going to damage humanity. I do agree with that for sure. Tomorrow's supposed to be the Hunter's Moon. Yep. Absolutely. We're coming up on it. The Super Hunter's Moon. Hi, Toomey. How you doing? How was your night? What a gorgeous view of the moon that we have tonight, though. We have a wide field of view, so I can actually zoom out quite a bit more. So when the clouds come through, we'll be able to check out just how stunning the moon is with some of the clouds around. Gives us that little bit of a October spook vibe. The best thing I've been telling all my friends and family about it. My brother loves astronomy, and that's why he joined the live last night, and he loved it. No way, Jacqueline. I appreciate it. Honestly, that's amazing. You'll have to point him out next time he's in here. I didn't see him. Or I didn't recognize your brother was in here. Thought the Earth rotated on the y-axis or other sides. We got two axes. We rotate around north and south. Artemis 2027, be back to the moon. Hopefully we get out there. Spooky moon. That's right. The spooky moon, the October moon. Looks peaceful, ain't it? The moon's always something just to look at and find peace in. I think it takes us back to our ancient civilization to the future, and the moon has a lot that really is attractive for sure. In the country last night, and everything was so much brighter. Yeah, the metal in my body. From an entry, the moon phase really affect the sleep schedule. Really? How much more can you zoom in? Depends on the telescope. This telescope's for wide field. Usually we have the 11-inch telescope up tonight. This is a small telescope. This is a 122 millimeter telescope. This one's much wider field. This is actually a good one to go over and look in, like in Andromeda, for example. Was here last night. I was amazed by your Saturn shots. Oh, I appreciate it. So pretty, makes me know how small I am. Yeah. You show us the witch. I love to show your mom. What you showed us the other night. The witch is on the bottom of our view. It's going to be so hard to get zoomed in. The witch would be right about there. Right about in the bottom of the view currently. It's called science, man. We can model stuff. There we go. Pull it back out. Let's see if we can pull it in the center a little bit better too. There we go. Artemis mission. They test out our new technologies that will make us capable of going further distance. Yeah, absolutely. It'd be really awesome. Hunter's moon, because in October most people use the full moon. Back in the days, we'll go back to our ancestors, right? Especially towards like the native Indians. They would use the full moon for hunting in October. Then they would get ready to smoke it for later in the winter. Wish my phone took better pictures. Is it true the dark areas of the moon are from volcanic eruptions? Not quite eruptions, but it is volcanic. I guess the best way to say it, it's a solidified lava, though. Volcanic rock, solidified lava. What's it made of? You know, it's about 96% of what you find here. The moon is very close to exactly what we have here on Earth. Visit in the Lick Observatory in the central part of California, right? Up in the mountains there. Deer season does start soon. Absolutely, it does. Absolutely. Your hair's made of cheese? Okay. Hi, Mrs. Smith. Welcome in. How are you doing? We know how cheese. Okay. Oh my goodness. Y'all are wild. It's not turning. It takes a long time to actually do a whole rotation. It takes 27.3 days to make a rotation on its axis. As far as like how we view it, this is a go-to mount. This mount actually tracks the moon across the sky for us. Is it cold now where we live? No, 74 degrees right now. Every night there's the cheese comments, that's right. Lily covered chins. What's that? Must have missed something. What a beautiful view of the second supermoon. This is going to be the first of 3 though in a row. Next month is going to be the brightest and largest supermoon for us, and then in December we'll also get another supermoon. They usually come in a burst of a couple up to like 5 supermoons, and next one after these 3 will be December of next year. So we'll only get 1 next year, and then we'll have 1 in January, February. Torpedo guy's not even close to up above the horizon yet. Don't mind the cheese comments? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know what you're talking about, Arcus. Well, now you want cheese? That's funny. That is funny. Yes, it does rotate, Christopher. Pretty simple to study. The dark spots, however, are the results of the sun scorching the moon. Nope. The dark spots are solidified lava. In love with the moon. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Debating how to film the moon tomorrow. Maybe just go to the high def picture through stacking. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, absolutely, bro. We're gonna have rain here, so I'm not gonna get to do anything at the full moon tomorrow. Pretty wild. How fake news the sun burns helium-3 as a result of the hydrogen and helium. Okay. I don't know what that had to do with anything up there though. What is it with all the news about 3i? A lot of clickbait stuff for sure. 80mm telescope finally captured a... Oh, we got a passenger jet transiting the moon last year. No way. That's so cool. I really want to capture... I really want to capture a helicopter transiting the moon. Like, that's my goal. Like a helicopter coming through the view. We can't see Atlas yet. Not until November. San Antonio, welcome in. How are you doing? Rain is terrible. That is true. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, and let's see. No, it has an exosphere. The moon itself has an exosphere. Make sure we get the rest. What is the news about? I got that one already too. You have to see Mars. Mars is really cool. Oh, Mars saw Atlas. That is true. I see what you're saying. But I always say people go crazy on a full moon. The emergency room is full. A lot of people like to go down rabbit holes like that for sure. Got Holland in the house as well. Welcome in. How are you doing? How's your night? Oh, Jen, Streamlabs came for you. Probably a dot and then you put something else after it and thought it was a link or something. Hi, Hope. How you doing? Welcome in. Rick. We're really there. Good evening, Logan. How are you doing, brother? Much love from Virginia. Welcome in, Jumba. Do meteorites still impact the moon? Yep. Micrometeorites hit the moon constantly. What's a supermoon? A supermoon is whenever it's closest to us in its approach, as we have an elliptical approach. And we call it the perigee syzygy. So perigee is when you're closest in the approach, and then apogee is when you're furthest away. But that elliptical approach, it sometimes gets a little closer to us and it gets a little bit further out there. When it's in a supermoon or a perigee syzygy, then it appears brighter and larger. Wisconsin in the house, welcome in. We got Miami as well. Welcome in, y'all. Why are those long lines on the moon? That's ejected. That's debris thrown out during impacts. We call that ejector rays. Yeah, I can't leave the system soon enough. That's somewhat true. Why don't you have an 8-inch tractor telescope, zoom in on the surface of the moon, and tell me what you find? Usually we use an 8-inch Smith Cassegrain telescope, and sometimes we use an 11-inch, but tonight we're using a wide field of view because we're near a full moon. Good evening, Tori. How you doing, brother? Or sorry, sis. How you doing, sis? I was seeing George name right under his thinking, brother. My bad. How you doing, Tori? Got California as well. This one here, I'm using the 122mm from SVBony. It's a refractor telescope. Hello from Cali, Renee. Welcome in. What's the highest mountain range on the moon? So Mount Huygens, the highest mountain. Mount Huygens. I'm back to walked up and got half of the kitchen. You got half of the kitchen? My goodness, you're ready for the snacks. You're ready for the snacks. Yo, Kendy James, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the love and support of what we do here. I appreciate it. Honestly, thank you. Thank you so much. On the bottom is that like a pool? Like, nope, that is actually going to be Tycho Impact Crater down there. Again, Kendy, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Can you zoom in more? Not with our setup currently. We're using a wide field of view to be able to capture the moon since we're near the full moon. When we get through the full moon phase, we'll grab the bigger telescopes. We'll get to zooming in some of the impact craters, stuff like that. But when you're in a full moon, there's not a lot that you can see. There's not a lot of shadow effect. So it almost looks kind of plain in a sense. So getting that full view is actually a gorgeous way to see the moon during full moon. Why haven't we been back to the moon? We have. We went back to the moon 5 more times after the first time. For quite a bit. The Apollo 12 Kodiak on back. Oh no, that's super cool. That's super cool. Some of them, can you see the studio lights or brush chow? Okay. Okay, now I see what you're saying. He says whatever you say. Look how triggered you got just by saying that was super cool. What kind of temperature is on the moon now? So on the side that's pointing us, about 240, 250 degrees above. Could have meal 2 hot dogs, a salad, grapes, and blueberries. 2 Mountain Dews, of course. My goodness, you're really ready for the night. Unfortunately, we're going to have clouds coming in here quickly. No, we don't see drones landing on the moon. If there were drones landing on the moon and someone's showing you videos like that, you can call them out bullcrap really fast. To be able to see something that small at that distance would be insane. That'd be way too insane. Are the brightest spots, the high spots or low spots? So most of the bright areas that you see are in the high plains or the high lands of the mountains, but they're just in different areas. You can see some of them that go through the volcanic lava regions. You can see some that are in the highlands, but it's just ejecta, debris thrown out during impact. So bit more of a natural color. This is about as natural as it gets. You really can't get much more natural unless you're stacking and processing and stuff like that. My username, how's it going? How's your night? Here comes the clouds, y'all. We're gonna be seeing the clouds pushing in here quickly. What did you say the dark areas are lava? They are. It's volcanic lava on the moon. Just talk about the clouds if they yeah, no, I doubt it. They are coming though. Here, let me put on the all-sky camera above the observatory again. You can see the clouds are starting to push in towards the moon. They're on the way. I'll be blocking our view here in a minute. We'll still get to see the moon quite a bit, but we'll have the clouds come in front. It'll give us that kind of October vibe for sure. It does spin. It does spin. It rotates as it orbits around Earth. So it's synchronization rotation. It takes about 27.3 days though to make one full rotation. The big circle on the bottom, middle crater impact. I haven't looked at the moons. So that's Tycho. Tycho, named after Tycho Braun, Tycho impact crater. They don't have beach. Welcome in. How you doing? Can you build a space station on the moon? I guess you could if you want to. How many people have walked on the moon? 12. Harvest supermoon. Yep. Is the moon solid rock for the most part? Yeah, it's a big old rock. It has like an iron core. Then go out from there. Right outside the core, is there a little bit of lava left? We don't know. But then you got the silica, and then you'll come up to the crust. Hello, moon. Beautiful moon tonight for sure. Stunning moon. I see you soon, buddy. Oh, you're going to see the moon soon? You must be over in California or something, huh? What do you do for a living? If you want the answer. Yeah, I try not to dig into like what I do in the day. I think there's some things that just have to be what they are. A little bit of separation from what we do here to what we normally do. Well, supermoon, 100 moon. Yep, coming up tomorrow. Insanity, yeah, absolutely. How do we really know that the moon has an iron core? Have you ever seen the part where everybody talks about it rings like a bell? So there's seismometers on the moon itself. So when things impact the moon, it causes vibration through the moon, and then you can study it and determine what's going on there. What's the moon do for us in gravity? For us as in people, nothing. How many are the 12 are alive? I couldn't tell you that off the top of my head, man. The elements are rarely found on Earth, unlike on the moon. They're heavily accumulated because it pushed away. What elements are you talking about again? Is blurred the moon or not? No, not really. We're just got a wide field of view. We're not zoomed in. We don't have the big telescopes up tonight. What the moon does for us people is it affects the tides in the ocean. Not at all. No, not at all. You got more things going on inside you, like your blood pressure, than the moon's gravity affects you. Is it true the moon is made of cheese? No. Light at night and beautiful scene. That is so true. Absolutely. Absolutely. When we talk about moon being made out of cheese, that's something for like first graders and second graders. Solar winds. I don't know why you're stuck on helium-3 though. I'm still not sure why you're stuck on helium-3. Snake out jumping over the moon. Nice. So the moon has nothing to do with the tides. It does with the tides, but not us. Obviously, there's a lot more force on us internally than even the moon does on us. Does the moon have a magnetic field? It does not. We find magnetic anomalies on the moon, but not a magnetic field. It can be from physics. I still don't know what you're talking about helium-3 though. What does it have to do with it in the context of us enjoying the view of the moon, talking about the moon? True that they have laser pointers to the moon in the distance. That is true. Before. We don't do it anymore, of course, but with the retroreflective mirrors. What's your favorite thing about the moon? I think it all comes back to, think about how many people looked at the moon in the past compared to how many people are going to look at it in the future, and it just connects mankind by far. True, there's a secret Soviet moon base. That is not true. I was going to have to relearn a lot of things. Oh, no. So as far as like gravity on the person's body, there's nothing about the moon that really has much of an effect on you. Some people like to use that in the context of when there's a full moon, the gravity controls you like tides. That's not how it works, though. A full moon doesn't gain more mass, it don't grab more gravity. It's just illuminated on the side that faces Earth. Dark side of the moon is unstudied, I really don't know. It is very well studied. The far side of the moon is very well studied. The moon moving away from us, the Earth, it is about 1.437 inches per year. Looks like a little bit of an orange without color. Yeah, if you have a lot of stuff in the atmosphere, it appears orange to you. Yo, Junebug, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the jewels. Read any good sci-fi that is set on the moon? Not really. I'm not much into like sci-fi personally. They're very expensive. Oh, I didn't realize they're expensive. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it, though. I do appreciate having you here. Just hang out for sure. I appreciate having you here just as much as anything else. Moon has some gold and copper. Yeah. We find about 96% of the same isotopics on the moon that we find here. See if I get the rest. Jacqueline, thank you so much, and thank you so much. Love your work. I appreciate that. Honestly, thank you so much. Yeah, Arnor, we joke about the full moon. Sometimes it's really crazy on full moon, but also when it's not. Yeah, 100%. As a firefighter MT, I went through the same experiences. There's something that, like, we become so self-aware when there's a full moon, and there's some other effects that we can talk about. The full moon itself does illuminate everywhere around us, right? So it seems brighter and a little bit more energy on a full moon night, and that does have an effect on us. But we don't see anything with the moon itself being full that has a direct effect. It's just more that the additional light around us. And it's the same is true for like animals. It is the moon again. It is. It's always facing away from Earth. Even though we can't see the rotation of the moon, means that its different regions are being brought into light or darkness. Yeah, the far side of the moon also receives sunlight. Matter of fact, it's all dark. What's that? What's all dark? Must miss something. More people are out, and sometimes more things happen. Yeah, absolutely. That tends to be it. And we have crazy nights, you know, when there's not a full moon. We have crazy nights when there is. It just kind of comes and goes, for sure. Did not like looking at the moon through a telescope was when I was when I had no bug spray. You know, that's so true. That is so true. That's so dang true. Oh, these clouds are going to be super thick coming through. Yo, Junebug, thank you so much. Thank you for the positive and informative company. I appreciate you, Junebug. Absolutely. Thank you so much. It's too hot that they're on the moon. You'd have to use a closing container to be able to grow stuff on the moon for sure. Can't look at the moon without my sunglasses, or else I start shifting with the hurricane beast. Oh my goodness! Inhabited by rabbits, because back in the day, they see, yeah, especially in the Asian countries, they see what looks like a rabbit on the moon. Here in the American countries, like in North America and whatnot, we see what looks like a man on the moon. Kind of a cultural thing for sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. The moon doesn't emit its own light. Did the Earth always have a moon? It didn't in its beginning period. During formation, we didn't have a moon. Is the moon hot or cold like space? So it's both. It gets really hot, like 250 degrees on the side that faces us. It's about 250 degrees above Fahrenheit. And then as the night phase comes around on the moon, it drops to about negative 220, negative 230 degrees. But then you have impact craters that are like near the South Pole that have where the ice is, where we find the ice water. These are about negative 410 degrees. Moon rotates, but we still see only one side. Yep, absolutely. It's synchronization rotation. It rotates the same speed it takes to orbit around Earth. And the easy way to really picture is if you hold something out in front of you and you look at it and you do a 360, you always see the same thing. But if you have your friend or family member watch, they'll see that object actually, they'll see all sides of it as you're rotating. So they'll see its rotation. So from your perspective, you don't see the rotation, but the perspective of the can itself or whatever you're holding does make a rotation. Turn the full moon called Yurka, an equivalent triangle in the center of the crater. They can view from Earth. Yeah, absolutely. Central peak. We call those central peaks. Make sure I got the rest up there. Have you ever noticed that the moon and the sun are never in the same room at once? They're the same person? No, we see the moon and the sun in the sky at the same time. We do see it. Yo, what up, Dobbs? How's your night? You got clear skies? Yeah, moon is out in the day. 50% of the time it's out in the night, 50% of the time. What other colors could the moon be? It just depends on a lot of your perspective. When we talk about the moon, there's like a greenish bluish tint to it. Different areas that have a little bit of bluish tint, a lot of grays obviously. But things in our atmosphere can give us different colors of the moon. This is a pagan site? No. Nothing to do with religion at all. Blood moons are awesome. Absolutely. So, saw the moon and the sun at the same time last week, yep. You've been able to see both of them even today, earlier today, right when the sun set. Oh yeah, I'm sure pagans are here. Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely about astronomy and science, not about religion. Oh, here comes the clouds. Y'all see the clouds starting to push through? We're gonna have to adjust the auto histogram stretch here. Should we zoom out, see how the clouds are gonna look here in a minute? Not yet. We're not at a full moon yet. Not until tomorrow. No, it's 27.3 days to complete an orbit, 29.5 days to make a lunar day. And that's because we're orbiting around the sun as well. So it takes about 29.5 days to get a full moon to full moon, but 27.3 days to make a full orbit. Ah, here comes them clouds. All right, we're gonna have to zoom out real quick. Let's get the full view of the moon out there. We got a really nice way of being able to view the moon. Let's see if I can get that set up properly. We'll get a little bit more gain. Kind of watch as the clouds push through. Get that spooky moon season. Why do we have a moon? Because we have a moon. It's just there. I've seen the moon was during a lunar eclipse. Yeah, absolutely. Total lunar eclipse. You get up to the blood moon is definitely beautiful. Clouds are making shadows on the moon. It does. Yeah. And as the clouds get a little bit thicker, we'll make out more of the clouds and less of the moon, of course. You got a cow elk this morning in Washington State. What? That's crazy cool. Zombies live on the moon. Dude, you watch too much TV. Have some beautiful pictures of stills. Sometimes we get really beautiful photos. Ah, let's get some more brightness now. These are really thick clouds coming through. Start slowing down the frame rate as well. I like the spooky month view of the moon when you actually have clouds come by. For me, it's pretty cool. I think it's a really beautiful view. Once we get a little bit thicker clouds, then we'll start to see more of the clouds than we will the moon. It'll just like illuminate the clouds a lot more. This is Kansas City, Missouri. Moon zone from the power. Wow, nice. Absolutely. Yeah, I love wispy clouds going from the full moon. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I wouldn't sell my photos. I have put a few of my photos in the past on certain things and sold them, but anybody can download my photos at any time off the website when I upload them on there. I don't put any watermarks or anything on them. I slow down the exposure quite a bit so we can just watch how it looks as it comes through. It's really beautiful. Super stunning. You speed it back up and give some more brightness first. And then, now we can probably start taking a little better photo here. Start seeing the clouds they push through. Let me get rid of the bottom probably. Ain't that great? Gotta love a moon with clouds. Teresa in Tennessee. Welcome in, Teresa. How are you? How was your night? We'll grab a little bit more exposure here. And pull out some of the brightness here as well. Kind of let it update as it goes through. Ain't that cool? Good to watch clouds. I think it's really cool. Nova, what's up, buddy? How's it going, man? It's almost full. Tomorrow night it'll be full. It does appear to be full, though. Always appears to be full, roughly about, you know, the night before, the night after. Even a full moon appears to be full. Oh, it's gorgeous. Really gorgeous. Let me see if I can see it on the other camera as well. Ah, it's way too bright. Gotta turn down some of the exposure on the other camera. Just way too bright. Alright, now we got to figure out how to capture the moon. This is really, really thick clouds, actually. A lot thicker than I thought they would be. Let me pull that out. Let's take a photo. See if we can capture anything with the photo. Oh no, these are thick clouds, y'all. And they are thick. Looking at the all-sky camera. Here's what it looks like above the observatory right now. Check that out. It is a thick cloud. From Joe. Oh, lunatics. We may just lost our view for the night, y'all. That was probably it. It is thick clouds. 98.4%. Nice. Absolutely awesome. There's a really thick view right now. You get a new update there. Yeah, I'm not seeing the moon in the view. I think that was it, y'all. 29.5 day. Yeah, it has 29.5 day cycle. That's correct. There was our night, y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much for coming in, hanging out with us on a cloudy night now. I truly appreciate y'all. 100%. Clouds, always the clouds. Can't ever do anything with them either. I was hoping we'd have a little bit more clearing, but I'm not seeing any clearing in that direction at all. It looks like it's just gonna be thick clouds for the rest of the night. Have an amazing night, y'all. Be awesome. Enjoy the supermoon for sure tomorrow night. It looks like it's gonna be raining here tomorrow night, unless we find like a clearing patch, then we'll go for it. But looks like tomorrow night it just won't happen. More moon, please. I wish. We got clouds, so these clouds are coming in really thick, a lot thicker than I actually thought they would. You can see it here. They're coming in really thick. All right, clear skies to y'all. Clear skies to y'all, and we'll see y'all soon.